everybody. Blabberman here for Blabbertube, Blabber Talk Radio. Blabberman. I guess now my woman. I'm over here in Nikolaev, Ukraine. Come to you live from Nikolaev, Ukraine for the next, what was it, 12? How many days I have here? Three. I'm here 11 more days, and I go back to the great state of Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Lord, I'm coming home to you. I don't know. I mean, I guess, when I have nothing else to do, I hope I get a life so I don't have to watch TV anymore and I don't have to do this anymore. I'm hoping to get my life going because I want to get my campground going. I want to get, see, I've always said the reason I think, most people have computers and cell phones or on the internet, they do this, is because, what is it? They can't afford, they can't afford not to. It's because you don't have it's like, oh, I guess you don't have a life or you don't have money. It's like people with money don't have to do this stuff. People don't have who have real money. They don't need cell phones. They don't need really the internet because they can just get on a plane and fly and see their friends on purpose. See, the best form of communication is face to face. It still is. Instead of talking to someone on the phone. Like you see these millionaires. I guarantee you most of them, the internet. That's why they're not on the internet. They don't have to be. See, we have to be. People who don't have much money have to be because they just can't get on a plane and go fly and see their friend or actually fly and go to the place instead of seeing it on the internet or seeing it on TV. They can actually just fly and see it for itself, firsthand. And I want to get to the point where I want a campground. I want my Ukraine woman. I want to get my campground thing going. And then if I ever do that, I'm gonna do everything in house. I do want to. I have some movies I've been writing, movie scripts and everything, and But I'm gonna do my thing where everything's gonna be in house. Everything, like, the only way you can ever be able to see my TV shows, my movies is in my place. I'm gonna have like a closed circuit, entertainment system where the only way you see my stuff is to be part of my campground. Members only campground. Members only. To be a member, you're gonna have to be like-minded like me. You're gonna have to like what I like, okay? And that's basically it. I want like-minded people to be members. Like I'm probably only gonna let people from like Alabama, Mississippi in. Actual people who can prove they have either had kin or they're born there, and they. I'm gonna do a quiz. I'm gonna quiz people on what they're gonna what my version of a true Southerner is, and I'll quiz people, and if they get the quiz wrong, they're not gonna be a member. They're not gonna be a member. So there you go. That's how I'm gonna pick my members. Test. Give you a test. You fail the test, you're not gonna be a member. But you have to be from either Alabama, Mississippi, or Ukraine, or Ukraine. I don't want Californians. I don't want you there. You just don't fit in. You don't fit in. You're gonna mess everything up. You're gonna turn everything back into what everything else is. I want to do something that's unique. I want to keep it unique. I want to keep it. And the only way to do that is to keep it Alabama. We have enough California crap in this world. Enough New York crap in this world. This is gonna be Alabama, Mississippi, Miss Bama country. And so, what else I want to talk about? I watch. Okay, I sometimes watch pro wrestling on TV, but I don't know. It's entertaining, I guess. I don't get it. I don't get that much into it. I'd never pay. But I watch it. It's okay, and uh, it's the only guy I really like. I like Roman Reigns. I'm a Roman Reigns guy. If it wasn't Roman Reigns, I wouldn't watch wrestling. I wouldn't even watch it. Because see, the way I look at it is, I like a guy who can. I don't like him because he's a wrestler. I like him the fact that he's a real athlete. I respect him for his playing for Georgia Tech, being three-time All-American defensive tackle, and everybody's bashing on the guy they're bashing Roman Reigns because he didn't earn to be in WWE. Yeah, he earned it those 3 years he played for Georgia Tech defensive tackle. I guess he holds all kinds of records. People don't understand how tough that is to be a defense. I don't understand. You can't understand how tough it is to be a defense. That's the thing. The toughest job on any field is to be defensive tackle. And people who are hating on Roman Reigns, you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You're kids, you're children, okay? You're not. Roman Reigns is a man. That's why you children that bash him don't understand him. You're still a bunch of boys. Okay, you're not a. You don't know what it's like to be a man like this guy. Okay, and but I like him more for the fact that he. I don't like him. I like him more for the fact of his real life. That's why I respect the guy. Not I don't give a damn what he does. I really don't give a damn about. I just like Roman Reigns because you know, I respect him for what he did in real life. I respect him more for his football playing days. And and he, 99% of those guys in wrestling wouldn't be able to last one snap on a Georgia Tech football team. Okay, I mean, he did something only maybe 2% of those guys could ever do. So it's like that's why he's the only one I care about. I mean, I like him. I like his character. I like him. I think he's cool. He's a nice guy in real life, and he's a man. He busted his ass on that football field. Okay, and I mean at least he got an attempt at an NFL team. You know how tough that is. You know, I mean, Brock Lesnar couldn't make it. So they're the only really two. I mean, only two real athletes left, and is Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And another guy I wish, Jack Swagger, I wish would, because he's a real deal. I mean, that guy, I like the real deal wrestlers. I don't just like these John Cena, all they are is big clowns. John Cena and Stone Cold. I mean, Stone Cold played football, but he didn't do anywhere near the level Roman Reigns did. Neither did The Rock. Okay, The Rock was a bench warmer. He was a bench warmer on Miami. Okay, I mean, Roman Reigns probably saw more shower time, spent more time, he saw more shower time than The Rock, Stone Cold, or John Cena saw playing time. Okay, so, you know, and, you know, I mean, just like back when Steve McMichael and Goldberg, Steve McMichael was the real deal. See, everybody's like acting like, Goldberg is, Steve McMichael in his prime had more power than Goldberg. Because I lived in Chicago 11 years when he was on the Bears and, during the Chicago Super Bowl and all that stuff. And back in those days, there were three guys in the Bears. They were the three strongest guys on the Bears back then were Steve McMichael, uh, RoboCop, Rob Thornton, tight end, and it was Tom Thayer. They were the three strongest guys in the Bears during that era. They all put up 575 on the bench, 575 pounds. Okay, you talk about Goldberg. Goldberg, I think he did like 530 or something. So, see, McMichael I remember the Chicago stories. He's crazy. That guy's crazy. He's, he's tough and he's damn strong. And I think, see, it's fake wrestling, man. But like I said, I like the guys I like. The guys are the real deals. Roman Reigns is the real deal. He's the real deal in real life. He's a real, So I watch it because of him. I just like him. I like his character. Like I said, if he left, I had no reason to watch it. There's really no one else I like in that WWE, whatever you call it. There's no one else I like. I really don't. I really could care less about anybody else. But enough of that. I don't want to talk anymore about that because I want to get away from all that childish crap, I'm a creator, like I said. I want to start creating. I don't want to watch anymore. I'm done watching. I'm actually writing a movie I like Roman Reigns to be in. Because, see, Roman Reigns, with no reason I like him, because he's basically an Alabama man. Roman Reigns is basically a Bama boy because he was born in Pensacola, right across the Mobile Bay from Mobile, Alabama. And I was thinking another cool persona would be if maybe like you could call him, like I nickname, I kind of nickname him Bama Man because that's what he is. He Bam, Bama Man. It has like a double meaning because he's basically from Alabama. He looks like, I looked at him, he looks like someone from Alabama. I mean, he does. He looks like a redneck. Roman Reigns. I don't know if you ever really looked at him, but he's got a redneck. He's got that redneck thing down. There's nothing wrong. I love rednecks. I'm a redneck. I'm a reborn redneck, So I was thinking maybe if they could try like put like an Alabama shirt on him and turn him into a full-blooded Southern redneck because there's really nothing like that in the WWE right now. You really don't have a full-blooded Southern redneck type guy, And Roman Reigns could be that guy. He could be like he could be like a different version of Stone Cold. But you put an Alabama shirt on him, the flag. You have him come down with beer. You have him like maybe put a do rag on. You have him have the come in with the Alabama flag over his shoulder. You have him talk Southern, and you have him like make fun of the Yankees, and then I was thinking that'd be kind of cool thing to do with him. You turn him into Bama Man. You just call him Bama Man. His nickname Bama Man. You use his real name from now on. What's his name? His whole uh, Onoi. I gotta get his real name again. Joka Onoi is his real name. That's kind of a cool name, but you call him Bama Man. He can come out, and you know, he could be another version of Stone Cold Steve Austin, only a different one, because he's got the redneck look. He really does, and like I said, there's really no persona like that in the WWE right now. So you make Bama Man, you know. And he comes out and he's all like rude and just like Stone Cold was, but he does it in a different way. He does it like more of a Bama style, where he's just like, I'm for my alibi. He just comes out. But I was thinking that maybe they could try that. I don't know what you people would think if they did that. Turn Roman Reigns into Bama Man. Make him get that way you could loosen him up. You give him like a sense of you give him like a more of a comedy kind of feel like Stone Cold had. I think that's what they need to do with him. You know. But I mean, he's when he played in college football, I think he weighed 280, so 285. So he's dropped 20 pounds to get in the WWE. So I wonder if he could, like, I don't know. They say he has hernias and everything. Maybe he can't carry that much weight. A lot of football players lose a lot of weight when they, you know, because of hernia problems. So I don't know if he could, like, maybe to get him back up to 285. I wonder if if he could. I don't know, because he'd be stronger, 285. So, and I'm writing a movie. Uh, it's called Bama's Land, actually, and I have a character. It's a television series I'm writing right now. I love the show too because I know they do it. I know they do this television series, and Roman Reigns would be, he'd be perfect as the main character. So Bama's Land, that's the name of the series I'm writing. But I'm just saying, I was thinking that'd be kind of cool. Some other guys, one guy I'd love to see come into WWE, which a lot of people would like to see, is Hafthor Bjornsson. I don't know if you heard of him. He's the world's strongest man. He's like 6'9", like 420. He's a freaking beast. He's the mountain character in Game of Thrones. I was thinking a good thing to make him is, you make him like a god character. You make him look like a god, like Thor kind of thing, where his whole his whole thing would be, you have Brock Lesnar, you have Big Show, right? And you go, what's mightier than a beast or a giant? And you'd say, a god. You say gods do exist. Thor. And you have Thor. I was thinking Brian Shaw would be another one you could probably bring in. They could be like a tag team. You have Brian Shaw and Hafthor Bjornsson be a tag team. And you call them the gods. Just call them the gods. And you have one be Thor, and the other one would be like Kronos. Like Brian Shaw would be a good Kronos because he kind of looks like Kronos, and you have them be a tag team. The combined weight would be about 850 pounds, and then they just call them the gods, I was thinking that'd be a kind of a cool thing. If you ever get those two guys, I'd like to see a lot of some more world's strongest men come into pro wrestling because they have a lot of characters now. You have Big Z, come in, you know. You could have there's all kinds of new characters and I think that would mesh well. Maybe they're too strong. Maybe they'd actually injure people. Who knows? But that'd be kind of cool. So anyway, what else I want to talk about? I see my woman tonight. She says she's gonna see me tonight. It's terrible rain here in Nikolai. It's raining, miserable. It's getting colder at the end of the month instead of warmer, which I don't like. So, what else do I want to talk about? I gotta clean my apartment today, man. It's a mess. Woo. I've been too lazy. I've been the whole time I've been here, it's all I've been doing, really cooking, cleaning. I'm still, like I said, I'm still new here. I have to learn the language. I have to learn the language, but I have to get rid of this translator. It's cost me too much freaking money. So I come back here in 2 months. I'm learning Ukraine. I'm not learning Russian. Like I said, everybody says it's easier to learn Ukrainian anyway. Ukraine language is easier to learn than Russian. So I'm going to learn Ukrainian. I have a Russian book. Screw that. I'm throwing that away. I'm going to learn Ukrainian. And I'm gonna try and see if I can teach her. What I want to do with this woman, my Ukraine woman, is I want when I bring her back to Alabama. I'm bringing her back to Alabama. I'm gonna raise her right. I'm gonna have some of my friends teach her how to talk Southern slang. That's what I'm gonna do. She's gonna be talking Southern. I'm having this Ukraine woman here. I'm gonna have her talking Alabama Southern, man. Oh yeah. I'm gonna bring her up right in America. Bring her up as a Confederate. Oh yeah. So, right. She says she's a really, I guess she likes to shoot. She's a good shot, but she doesn't like hunting. I'm gonna change that in her, man. I'm gonna have her full blown Southern, a full blown Southern belle. When I get done with her. So yeah, I was thinking I didn't think about that, but Roman Reigns could they could do like a Stone Cold Steve Austin type thing. Bring him out as Bama man. You put an Alabama shirt on him because he's really from Alabama. I mean, the Florida Panhandle I call is basically half it's Georgia and the other half's Alabama. You know, so technically I call him from Alabama. You call him Bama man. You come out, he comes out, he's a do rag or whatever. He comes out, he chews tobacco, he drinks beer, comes out, and I think that, like I said, that would be more of a relaxed. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? He just come out and just I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be kind of like I said. He'd be the next kind of like Stone Cold type character. Because like I said, there's no Southern characters like that in WWE. He'd be the only one, And then I would say he could form with Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt's from Florida. Uh, I think the other guy, Luke, whatever, he's from like Louisiana, and then Strong Broman's from freaking South Carolina. They're all from the South, and they could band together and be, the band of call them they could all be they could all be a Southern gang, like a total Southern gang. They could kick that one guy out, Rowan, because he's from Minnesota. He's not a Southerner, so they can kick him out. Who was it? Luke Harper. Luke Harper's from Louisiana, I think. Or no, wait, I gotta look that up again. But I know Braun Strowman's from South Carolina, so maybe Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns could form a tag team, and then like I said, Roman Reigns would change the Bama Man, you know, and then because Braun Strowman is from South Carolina, and like I said, Roman Reigns is basically from Alabama. They kind of have the same look to them, and then Bray Wyatt's from Florida. I think that they're all from the South, so put them together as like a Southern group, like a total American Southern group. And like I said, Roman Reigns is Bama man. So anyway, what else? I don't want to say anything else about that, but anyway, what else? What else was there to say? I guess not much. Well, I'm gonna ask her, what's her name, my woman, if she wouldn't mind doing some of this so I can see her. I'll ask her tonight. I want to get her permission. I got her the one with her on there, but I might take it. I don't know. I have to ask her if she wants me to put her on here. I don't know. She might not. These women are different here. They really aren't so much into celebrity. They're not. They're not really much into. They're not into like kind of like putting themselves out there too much. So. Well, she isn't. She's kind of she's like a, I don't know, man. She's cute. She's not very, kind of little. She needs to gain weight. I gotta put weight on her. She's about 5'5", 100 pounds, and she's a she's dark. I don't know, man. She's like a little rabbit, man. Like we were in this department store here in Ukraine, and she had a bat. She wanted me to buy her bat for. I guess she does these that shows. She for her school. She does acrobat. All these dance shows or something. And she needed a bat for one of her recitals or whatever she was doing. And she has a bat. And I didn't. I don't know. I did something like I was playing around, and she took the bat. And she's like this, like she's like a scared little rabbit, man. This is the best way to describe my woman. She's a rabbit, man. She's like a scared little rabbit. She's a rat. I'm gonna call her rabbit from now on. Because that's what she basically is, man. She's a 5'5", 100-pound rabbit. Because like I said, we're in a car and she'll be nice and quiet when we're in the car, and she'll be quiet and won't do much. As soon as you open that door, boom, she's like a rabbit. She like escapes like a rabbit. She runs like a rabbit. It's like she just do everywhere. It's like a freaking. That's my nickname for her, Rabbit. So my rabbit, when I refer to rabbit, that means my woman here. My rabbit. She's my rabbit, my bunny. So my Ukrainian rabbit. So um, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to getting back to Alabama. I guess I got to do some things. I got a lot of things, but I want to get back there. I want to keep it going with this woman. So, and after this, I got to clean this place. I'm just gonna take it day by day. I have until Sunday to be out of here, and then I'm gonna go to a hotel for the rest of the trip here. And so I guess and go hopefully start my mobile barbecue business. And you know, so anyway, I guess there's my take on the WWE. That's all you're gonna get out of me. Those things are there, because I admit it. It's exciting. It's exciting, but like I said, I just like Roman Reigns. I do. I don't like anybody else. Like I said, I respect guys. I respect guys like Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Steve McMichael, because Kurt Angle, because they're real outside the ring. They're more real. More real athletes. Like John Cena, I think he played for some little rinky-dink college. Steve Austin, I think he played for a pretty big college, but he didn't do anywhere near on the field what Roman Reigns did. So the only real guys that have matched Roman Reigns on the football field would be, I guess, Jack Bradshaw. And you'd have Steve McMichael, of course. And you had what's his name? Who was Green? What was his name? The heck's his name? The guy was on the Panthers. He did it for a while. Can't remember his name. Goldberg barely, and Goldberg, Goldberg made the NFL, so Goldberg's in there. You know, who else did good on the football field? It was Ron Simmons. There's been only be a handful of football players that made it into the WWE that actually did something on real. They really did something on the field. They really, Georgia Tech's that's a big team. That's big time. He made it big time, and people don't understand. It's hard even to make the NCAA, you know, team like the Georgia. That's hard enough as it is. Not many guys can make that. Like I said, 99% of the guys in WWE right now wouldn't last one snap on the Georgia Tech line like Roman Reigns did. They get squashed. Because you don't understand when defensive tackles. I mean, sometimes you had to go against two 300+ pound tackle, a guard, a center, or you know you have to. And then when you sack quarterbacks, they're not very small. They average about 6'3", 235 pounds. Running backs, they're about 220, 225. You know, you don't understand, man. I mean, what Rome. You can watch some of his games on YouTube. They have some of Roman Reigns games. I watched him, and he was good, man. I mean, I actually like watching him play. I like watching him play his football games than I do on wrestling. I do. I'm more entertained because they have like 3 or 4 old Georgia Tech games with him playing. I like them better than watching him wrestle because it's real. It's freaking real. What he was doing on Georgia Tech was real. It wasn't fake. It wasn't scripted. I do. I like it. I like watching George. I like watching him play his old football games. But I think they need to do that. Make him Bama man. Make him the next Stone Cold that way, but like different because he has the hair. Let's put a white. You see an Alabama flag. It's the red cross, whatever, or red X. You put that on him. You put him up. You get him a big flag to carry over his shoulder. You put a do rag. You have him like chewing like tobacco or something. You have gum, but he look like he's chewing tobacco. Come out as a freaking redneck, man, because there are no rednecks, and he'd be the only redneck character, And then he can fight guys like Cena because he can fight Yankees. He can wage a war on all the Yankees, and the WWE's all controlled by Yankees, Connecticut people. So that'd be a cool riff. Because now Roman Reigns can start assembling a Southern team to fight the Yankees. You can call it the Confederacy just to piss people off. You know how they do that. Just call them the Confederacy, man. Roman Reigns will lead the new Confederacy of the WWE. They can start getting some more guys from the South to join his team. You know, get some guys from Alabama, find some guys from Mississippi, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. You know, the South, the Confederate States. You know, and then Roman Reigns could be the leader of the Confederacy, and he can go against the WWE, who basically are Yankees. You know, the whole organization is controlled by Yankees, and then you could have the Yankees versus the Confederacy, because everything heating up right now with the North and the South and all that. It would be a perfect storyline right now. I mean, they need to get into that, you know. And then you could have like Cena could lead the Yankee side, and then you have Roman Reigns lead the Confederate side as Battle Man, you know. Something like that. I was thinking of that. That'd be like a cool thing to do right now. And then like you can bring, like I said, if you bring you bring Hafthor, Bjornsson, and Brian Shaw, and you make them the gods. Just call them the gods. A tag team called the gods. You know, what's mightier than the beast? What's mightier than a giant? That would be a god. And you bring them out. So, or what else? I guess that'll about do it for this. I guess I'm running out of things to say finally. So this has been Blabberman for Blabber Talk and Blabbertube Radio. Blabbertube. 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 So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna clean the kitchen right now, and then I get a bunch of laundry. They don't have dryers here. You have to hang the clothes up. They just don't have dryers here. I guess when they put these buildings are really old. I don't think they had all those connections back then. They didn't have dryers back then when they built these apartments, so they didn't have the dry. They didn't have dryers. When this building here is real old. Most stuff here is real old, and I don't think they had dryers back then, so they didn't need the dryers thing because they didn't have them. So that's why they don't have dryers here, because they don't have the attachments here, the vents, because they didn't have dryers when they built these buildings long time ago. So I don't have. I just have a washer, and I gotta hang my clothes up outside on, let the sun dry them. So that's the way you can dry your clothes here. So I always leave a bag here. I always take this apart when I come back. This is like my apartment, so I'll leave one bag here, and I'll take one back with me. Because that way I don't have to. I love that, because that's way I don't have to carry a bag with me. I hate carrying bags with me when I fly. I like to go like light-handed, man. I hate taking. So I'm just gonna leave a bag here. See, that's smart. I don't have to worry about taking any suitcase or luggage here. I don't have to take any. I don't have to worry about it. I can go back. I have one bag I had to take back with me. It's a little one. I can carry on. So, but I have a big bag I'm gonna leave here out here. The woman here lets me keep it here. So I'm gonna keep my big bag here. I'm not gonna bother taking that back, because, like I said, I like going kind of free-handed. Easier, and that way I don't have to worry about losing much. So I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna see if I can take some alcohol from here. I brought some wild turkey here from America, the core, as you saw, and I'm gonna bring some more next time with me when I come back here in 2 months. But I'm also gonna bring some Ukraine beer and Ukraine whiskey with me back to America. So bring a couple bottles. Get some friends of mine. Have a taste. Have a little taste. I think I'm just bring beer. I don't know. Or maybe some cognac. Cognac's pretty good here. Cognac and beer. Cognac's like bourbon. So I'm not drinking whiskey. I'm a bourbon guy. No more whiskey. Bourbon and beer. Bourbon and beer. Bourbon and beer. So anyway, I guess I'll about do it for this flog. I call it a flog. This is my daily flog from Blabberman. Blabber Talk, Blabbertube. So, Blabberman saying, Blabberman, blabbering out. Man. Oh, so, alrighty then. I guess that'll about do it. Okay. guess that's good enough.